We all face challenges now and again, but it is our reaction to those challenges that determine how quickly we can overcome them. Let us have a candid conversation on how to look for opportunities in our challenges and get over them quickly. To give us this perspective, we have our leadership coach, Jay Banerjee, with us, and he's going to share his thoughts with us. Thank you so much for being here, Jay. All right.
All right.
So tell us.
Absolutely. You see, it's about controlling the reaction to a situation. So, number one is control your reactions and responses.
So, Jay, share with us
Mhm.
what do we need to do to overcome some of these challenges in the context of COVID 19?
Yes, we have to control our responses to the situation.
Mm-hmm.
Look at it from an optimistic perspective, which is that this is temporary,
Mm-hmm.
these things happen, and just like the Spanish flu, just like what happened in the Depression, and all of these things, this time will also pass.
Mm-hmm.
Versus, there are some who are pessimistic and look at this as a permanent situation and get all depressed about it. It's how you react to it, and your response is very important.
Very, very important. It's
Yes,
not what happens to you.
exactly. It's not what happens to you, it's how you react to it.
All right. Anything else?
Yes. Number two is to isolate the incident.
Very important because people can allow
Yes.
an adverse
Yes.
Experience
That's right.
To consume them,
That's right.
right? So what I'm hearing you say is it's important that we isolate that
Yes.
incident for what it is.
Exactly. You see, that's being the optimist. While the pessimist will see this as universal. Their whole life they feel is now going down, is negative because of what's happening with COVID.
Mm. So we shouldn't really allow
That's right.
adverse experiences, including
Exactly.
COVID,
Exactly.
to consume us.
Absolutely.
Right? Isolated
Isolated.
as an incident. It's one incident,
Yes.
right? It's not part of your whole life.
That's right.
There's so many other things, even while we're going through this pandemic, that we can focus on that can give us, pleasure, that can give us joy, that
That's
can give
right.
us peace.
That's right.
All right.
So that takes me to my third point is how do you view this? See this as a temporary setback. That's the
So
major
important.
difference. If because it's going to come around, but the pessimist will see this as a total disappointment in their life, something that's just going to remain forever and ever. We know when what goes down comes up. And we know in the last 10 years, in the last 100 years, we as a community, we as a global community have seen calamities, but they've come and they've gone.
They're like seasons,
They like seasons.
right? They don't
I
stay.
like that. I
Right?
like
They don't
that.
stay.
Yes.
All right. And so, because we know during 2019 in summer,
Yeah,
there was a panic
there was.
in the market, right?
Yes.
And there were lineups and people were buying, stuff which is like,
Toilet paper.
yeah. I know, as if there was going to be a scarcity. And so, but now that there is another lockdown
Yes.
that is being talked about,
Yeah.
or when you go to the market, people don't see that
Right.
kind of there. So we have learned from our past experience. I think they're a lot more resilient now.
So I would also add to that is please stay calm and positive. Stay calm and mature. Don't panic into this binge buying. Stay calm and keep and be objective. We know what's going on, but keep yourself focused on the goal that to come out of this.
Right. And so we have a responsibility.
We have a
The
responsibility.
faster we adhere to the guidelines that our authorities have given to us,
Mhm.
faster this whole thing will be over,
That's right.
isn't it?
Absolutely.
Right? So we must take all the necessary precautions that we must,
Mhm.
and then this thing will be over in no
That's
time.
right. That's right.
All right. Anything else you'd like to share with us?
Well, the last point would be that don't take failure personally. When I say failure means, if something happens as a result of the pandemic, it was not designed to you personally to take you down or something like that. This is part of what's going on in this time. Just accept that and say, you know what? It was nothing personal. Don't feel like somebody's out to get you, but move on and rise above that.
That is so important,
Yes.
right? Because we know a lot of people, sadly, feel that this was directed at them.
Yeah.
Why me?
Why me?
There are people who have lost their jobs.
Yes.
There are people who have lost, other opportunities and stuff like that. Things are just not working out well for a whole lot of people. And I think it's so important, as you mentioned, that we should not be taking this personally, right? This is something that has happened. It is and so whoever is experiencing whatever that you are experiencing, it is an unintended consequence, right? And so in every adversity, winners always look for an opportunity.
That's right.
Right? So we have a friend
That's right.
who was an executive with one of these major banks. He ended up losing his job.
That's right.
Right?
That's a good example.
And so, rather than sitting at home and sulking, he decided, okay, I've always wanted to start my own business. This is a good time for me to do so. And he has started business, and he is doing renovations and doing a really, really good job. Now he's so busy already in 6 months, right? So much business is coming his way. And so every adversity is an opportunity. So whatever it is that you've always wanted to do, maybe you wanted to, have a hobby, or maybe you wanted to do something else, or maybe start your own business as well.
Yeah.
And this is an opportunity for you to do so.
Definitely.
Right? Or maybe you wanted to spend more time with your family. A whole lot of people have not had that time.
That's true.
Right? So whatever it is that you always wanted to do, here is an opportunity. Right? Embrace this situation.
Absolutely.
All winners do.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yes.
All right.
I love
So
that. Yes.
yeah. So if there is somebody who's watching who is depressed,
Yes.
what would you like to tell them, Jay?
Keep your chin up. Keep smiling. This world is a good place, and be glad that you are alive. Look at the friends. Look at the family around you. Look at those and know there's somebody out there that's worse than you, and you are just glad. Think about it. We are proud Canadians. We have a vaccine. We have these things. Most of the world does not. Be glad that we live in Canada. Be glad that we have each other. Love your family. Laugh and have a great time.
Wonderful. And that's great advice. Right? So this too shall pass, like every other adversity that you've ever experienced. It's not going to stay, and life will return back to normal. Right? So, but we have to get through this time. And the best way to do that is not by acting and behaving and talking like a victim, right? So we want to use this as an opportunity to learn from it and embrace it and find the opportunity. Do you know why? Because you are a winner. And so thank you so much for being here, Jay. And we have lots more for you. Don't go anywhere.
Thank you for having me.